Go.
Hello, Farm of Life family.
Hi, family.
We haven't talked to you in a little while. This July, we have been very busy with guests here and people doing some really, really deep healing, so it's been really amazing. And we have two of them here. We have Katie and Connie. And they got here. Say hello to Farm of Life family, Katie and Connie. All right.
With a fork.
Yes, with a fork. They're eating. They're eating some wonderful raw food as we're doing this interview.
The best.
The best papaya, it sounds like.
The papaya is amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, it really is. They came here, right? A few years ago, as you know, Farm of Life family, we did an Indiegogo campaign to fund, upkeep and maintenance and different things on the farm. And then we hear about an Indiegogo campaign from a beautiful woman who
It was actually GoFundMe.
It was GoFundMe, sorry. The same kind of, there's websites, to raise money for things. A beautiful woman always wanted to come to this place called Farm of Life. Could heal. It's Katie. It was Katie, and she got it. Her husband did a GoFundMe, and you raised what, $2,500 or something like that? A couple thousand?
More than that. Like,
wow.
I can't even remember. People kept donating after they reached the goal.
Right.
So he paid for as much of it as he could, and then we just kept getting more. Yeah,
that's incredible.
And it was a surprise.
Us money in the mail, and
isn't that beautiful? The abundance, and it was a surprise too, right?
It was a surprise. Like I bawled my eyes out for days.
Yep.
Every time I tried to talk about it, I couldn't. My throat would close up, and I couldn't talk. And my husband would just be like, "I know," and just hug me.
That's so cool.
And years earlier, I just remember getting these very lengthy emails from you, Katie.
Yeah.
About how you just so wanted to come here.
Yep.
It took me a minute to put together.
Emails.
I was hoping you didn't know that was me.
Yes. Jody knows everyone.
At first, though, I didn't put together that the GoFundMe from your husband and that. Anyway,
I was very foggy brained.
I've worked it out.
That's okay.
That's all right. I've been there.
We've all been there.
We've all been there.
We've all been there.
I did not realize how ridiculous it was when I was asking until I got your response, and I was like, oh, I didn't think about, like, duh.
Yeah. All right, now, I'm curious, Connie, how do you fit into this beautiful story of GoFundMe, and so where do you kind of fall in here about, and how you've come here and you've had such a great healing?
Well, Katie is a dear friend of our family.
Okay.
And we just love her to pieces. And she was looking for somebody to come with her. And I was ready to come.
Yes.
And so I just started preparing. I wanted it to be the ultimate that it could be. So I started preparing about a month and a half before to get ready to come.
That's fantastic.
So that it would be all that it could be. And it certainly went a different direction than I thought, but it was great.
Yeah, that's excellent. So, I'm curious, how did you find out about this place? Like, you have been wanting to come for many years. Did you find us on the YouTube videos, or?
I did a search for some retreats. I had been looking for retreats for a couple years.
I see.
And they were all too expensive, and I kept, my husband was like, well, wanted me to check again, and it came up, and it's never come up before. But I think it came up at the right time because I don't know if I would have been ready. I don't know if I would have been open to it if I found it sooner. Like, to find something so affordable, I probably, at the time, would have been able to come right away. But when I found it, I still couldn't afford it. So I was like, oh, like, I want to start saving up for this.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, your experience here, you're leaving tomorrow morning, you've been here for just about a month, and let me tell you something, Farm of Life family, these two have, a lot of times people come here, right? They mix a little bit of healing in with the fun stuff, the tours, the waterfalls, a little bit, fun, mixture, but these two, they did very little tours. They just went deep down the rabbit hole. They really did a lot of work, mind, body, and spirit. So
a lot of meditating.
Tons of silence. A lot of work with Secret, who's an energy worker here, and we'll be doing a video with her here pretty soon. So please, we'll start with Connie. Connie, you touch upon a couple things that, a couple of things that you really learned while you were here.
Well, I felt like that the healing that was available here was beyond anything I knew. I think the massage therapist, that therapy was better than anything I'd ever seen, and something that was really lasting.
Yeah.
A lot of times massage therapy is kind of a feel-good thing.
Sure. An hour later,
But
it's back.
this was something that got into old things, and Secret too.
Yep.
She tapped into things that were very deep, and it changed my life.
That's
And
fantastic.
then the food, I never knew food could be so good. A lot of times I
Yeah.
eat,
Especially when Katie's making your food.
well, yeah, of course,
This is a good chef right here.
that's true. And I've always cooked for my family and such, but I sometimes I eat just to get it done so I can get on to something else. And
Yeah.
this is an entirely different thing. The flavor and the wonderfulness of all of this food has just been amazing.
It has been pretty awesome.
And there's
this
been
month.
a lot of lessons and things. I've just got thousands of bites. Well, it felt like thousands. And I'm thinking, okay, so what is it that I'm supposed to get here? And when I was walking down yesterday, I thought, oh, my self-doubt and my inferiority is exactly like this constant itching and these bugs that are bugging me so bad. And I decided that I'm going to stop doing that to myself.
That's amazing because, a lot of times, here we are in the rainy season, right? And what's amazing is, and I've kind of stopped trying to understand it, some people will not get bitten by a bug. Come down here. Other people
didn't get,
yeah.
there were some, but oh
Yep.
man.
Other people will get tore up by
Yeah.
bugs, right?
Yeah.
I normally do, and I didn't here. Like,
Yeah.
it is awful when I get bit.
Yeah.
Normally, like, I will swell up. It's there for months, like 3
Right.
months.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Amazing, as to the reasons why. I've kind of stopped trying to figure it out. But, I really feel that there are spiritual lessons in everything.
Oh, yes.
Right? And even the
Absolutely.
bug bites can be a lesson. So you have two choices. There's always two choices here. You can either get the lesson in it and let go and surrender into a lesson on this farm, right? Because there's tons of them. Or, right, you can just choose to get really angry and really pissed off and, and then just kind of dive into your emotions. But you two, you guys, man, you saw a lesson in everything, which was just amazing. The deep healing, that happened. Even the lessons in just getting bug bites,
It was more than just the bugs biting you, too. You said you were biting your tongue.
Yeah, I've been
Biting the
doing
tongue.
that in the last while.
Oh, but no one likes
Inside
that.
of my mouth. I just,
Yes.
So I thought, okay, this is related.
Sure, it definitely is. And Katie, how about you? Like some deep healings
Oh my
that were
gosh.
here. I know there have been many.
So much. Like, I don't even know where to start. But I feel like I want to heal on every level, on emotional, spiritual, physical.
Mhm.
It's all connected. Mental. It's all connected. And I don't feel like you can heal one without the other. You have
That's right.
to heal them all together. And so I was trying to see in everything whenever something physical would happen, there was like an emotional thing that attracted it and a spiritual lesson in it. And so I got a ton of slivers. I was the only one that got slivers.
Now, what are slivers? Really quick,
slivers?
just for slivers are. So we teach barefooting on the farm, as most of you know that watch our channel, and it's for a lot of beginner barefooters, this is a pretty easy place to barefoot, but for some people it can be a bit of a challenge. So slivers are little cuts, right, along your feet, correct? No?
Splinters, but
Splinters.
I don't call them splinters
Okay,
because I don't know. It's from where I'm from, I guess.
gotcha.
But I would get like thorns or something in the bottom of my foot.
Yes.
And I got 9 of them.
Whew, 9. That's a lot. That's a lot. And those aren't fun.
No, they were a pain to get out.
Mhm.
But the first one that I got, I was like, what the heck? It's supposed to be a barefoot farm. And the second one I got right after, I was like, okay, I think I'm like attracting this or something. Like what? I don't know what I'm trying to be told. And then when I was trying to get it out, it kept breaking off, and I had to like dig it out with a needle, and I finally got it out, and I was like, Connie, all I had to do was dig deeper, and then it hit me that I needed to dig deeper. And that night, well, the rest of that day, I read a whole bunch in the book that Brian gave me to read, and
Radical
that
Self-Forgiveness,
night,
Colin Tipping.
it's really, really good
Amazing
book.
book.
Yeah.
See, you just remind me of conversations that I've had with some of the other women on campus about taking total responsibility. That absolutely everything that comes up in your life is up for you.
Yep.
Right.
Most other guests would blame Costa Rica or would blame the grass or our trails on the bug bites and the splinters. Instead of
Not most people here. They go in it. They dig
some do,
deep.
some don't, right?
Yeah.
Some will drop in and some will.
Yeah. Yep.
Me and Connie had a completely different experience in our cabin. We stayed in the same cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't have a bug problem.
Mm-hmm.
I did the second day I was here, and somebody told me to surrender to the bugs, and I did that, and I didn't have a problem ever since.
Yep.
I didn't have, the bugs were all on her side of the cabin.
Katie threw them over at you.
Thanks, Katie.
There, like, I didn't think that there were that many bugs.
Yeah.
So-
It wasn't a problem.
Tell us about radical self-forgiveness.
So, yeah, I read, to finish what I was saying, I read more of that day. I was trying to dig deeper because I felt like that's what the sliver was for.
Mhm.
And I had a breakthrough that night, like, huge breakthrough. Do you remember me?
I remember that. I told you to go dance.
I was like laughing and crying at the same time, trying
Yep.
to tell you because I felt so good. It was like
Yeah.
I was cleansing out as stuff was like the emotional toxins were coming up and making me feel like they've always made me feel. And I was detoxing it out, and it was making me really happy, but then I was also really sad at the same time, and then it was funny. It was crazy. But yeah, so there was, and then the next time I got slivers, I got all of them, the rest of them at once, like at the same time. I got 5 in one foot and 2 in the other foot, and as I was telling someone about it, I said, I need tougher skin, and I realized that was the lesson in it, because I
like
have a
that.
problem listening to myself and not caring about what everyone else says to me or thinks, and that was one of the lessons I knew I was getting right away as soon as I came here, but the slivers, like, helped me see that I just needed to get a tougher skin, like, very clearly.
You see what splinters can do to you, Farmer Life family? I mean, they can. I mean, you know. I mean, these are some simple little things like bugs for Connie, you know, splinters for Katie. But you know, instead of being, you know, oh, I'm going to complain, I'm going to whine, I'm going to say no. I'm going to go in and I'm going to see what the lesson is in this. What is the lesson? Because there's lessons in everything. All of life is letting go of things, right? Letting go of the bugs, letting go of the splinters, and going deeper into your healing. And the two of you really did it. I mean, it's pretty awesome, you know, to witness what you guys were going through every single day, just to kind of watch it energetically.
I think it was beautiful too. You were roommates, and no doubt
Yeah.
you were supporting one another in your processes.
Definitely. So you guys are heading back tomorrow. Like, so what things are you going to take with you from your learning?
Definitely the barefoot walking, definitely
Nice.
the sun gazing.
Yes.
Definitely I found my joy for cooking again while I was here because I had
She can
lost
cook.
that. It was really hard to make healthy food when I was at home because there was just so much negative emotion attached to it, and I was able to, like, just be free to... Everything here is, like, the kitchen, awesome. The ingredients you get to work with, like the fresh fruit, it's just so fun to,
Yeah,
like,
it's all
do
fresh.
stuff here, and it's like the best food I've ever had.
If you're in Utah, you know, hit up Katie for some food. She'll make some good vegan food for you. She
It'll
can
be
totally
beautiful.
do it. Soups.
We'll have a big party.
Yeah. Burgers, raw burgers, or vegan burgers. They were amazing.
Oh my God, yes. We had a-
Really
she
natural
basically
French
hosted
fries.
a dinner party for our chef's birthday.
Yeah. Really,
did.
really good.
Yeah.
Connie, how
Chef
about
on
you?
deck, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Love it.
Well, there's a lot of things I'm taking home. I have always tried to eat healthy, but I wanted to have something that was a step up. And really, that's what everything has been. It's been just an improved, increased of my lifestyle. You know, everything is just stepped up. And the radical forgiveness, I've been experimenting with that, and it's awesome. And so the things that I'm going to incorporate more of that in my life, and I'm going to try to do more barefooting, more sun gazing, more.
She was my sun
water.
gazer. Like they're usually you know, right? I'm crazy. I can stay out there for a long time. Most people, they're not out there. Connie was out there before me on many days. She'd be out there chomping at the bit, waiting for that sun to rise.
And sometimes, you know, I didn't always have my eyes open, but I was still visualizing
Still getting that light.
that third eye, and that's
Yeah.
the one. That's the one thing that I really want to open up. I want that. I want my intuition to open up and just better on all levels. And that's what I'm taking home. Everything is going to be better on
That's
every
fantastic.
Yeah, everything.
Yes.
Everything
All
that
of
we
it.
did here. Like, I'm gonna buy the Radical Self-Forgiveness book and the Radical Forgiveness book. I'm
Yep.
gonna do yoga when I go home. Like, yoga always overwhelms me and didn't understand it. And Katie's like the best yoga instructor
She's
on
great.
the planet.
Mhm.
I actually got it with her, and just also just the like whole routine of things, like
Yeah.
taking care of yourself.
Yep.
Not very good at that, but I've learned a lot of stuff like here on how to do that.
That's fantastic. Well, we thank you both for coming.
Yeah.
Let's stay in
Thank you.
touch. And the Farm of Life
We'll
love
be
you.
back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
We're gonna come back with 2 other people.
They're coming back with more people.
Yeah.
We'll sink them down the rabbit hole, see what they can let go of. I'm waiting for them to come.
Yeah.
We'll see you, Farm of Life
Yeah.
family.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.